The United Way's been addressing homelessness for years in terms of jobs, in terms of mental health services or social services, and help hook them up with housing, both transitional housing and longer-term permanent housing.
My name is Zelda Benjamin. I moved over here just to have a better life, but I ran into some difficulties, a bad relationship. The job didn't pay all that well. My family and I were facing eviction. I called the family shelter, and there was a waiting list for maybe 2 weeks. And within those 2 weeks, I told my sons, well, we may have to sleep in the car.
Most people who are homeless aren't homeless for a long time. There is a subset, maybe a third, if you look around the country. Most cities think it's about a third or less, who are chronically homeless. But most people who are homeless are episodically homeless, and they need help.
I called 211. I got off from work that day, got my family in the shelter, and I felt kind of nervous and felt kind of disappointed in myself because it had gotten to that point. But when we walked in, the first thing they did, they made us feel good, like, you know, this is the place to be, and they gave us a meal, and we went to bed that night. By the next day, we came in and talked to the counselor and set our goals. And our first goal was how we're going to get out of the shelter.
The United Way for years and years has given leadership to Columbia in terms of trying to understand homelessness, gathering data, being involved in the homeless count, coordinating volunteers to get involved.
It was getting close for us to leave the shelter because our days were coming close. And we moved out of the shelter into a transitional housing program the day before Christmas. So that was a beautiful Christmas present. I mean, we didn't have a tree, but we were together and we were out of the shelter.
Without the United Way, frankly, I don't know what we would do.
If they weren't there, what would I have done?